You have your own money, your own laws, your own passport, your own president. I would get a Taiwanese passport if it's easy, I'll do it. It's detrimental to their growth as a person, to appease China. Well, there was a soju commercial in Korea where the daughter introduced her father to her foreign boyfriend. You're not China, you're not the Republic of China, you're definitely not Chinese Taipei. I find like that's a really insulting word. But they do have this hard poker face exterior where they're like, "Arr." Taiwan was such a different place than it is now. The Taiwanese are too dependent on Confucianism. The international community forces on Taiwan. Hey, Li Abexia.
Hi，大家好，欢迎来 Welcome to Taiwan。今天我们跑出到高雄。And 影片开始以前 please don't forget to click that subscription button, like the video, and help us share if you can. Please, your likes are very important. It helps engagement.
My name is Mike, and I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, but born in Ottawa. I've been living in Asia for 28 years, and I am currently a social studies, literature, and humanities teacher at an international school.
28 years in Asia.
I lived in Taiwan for 6 years. That was from 2000 to 2005. I lived in many different parts of Asia as well. I lived in Korea, that was 1997 to 99. Thailand for part of 99. After Taiwan, I moved to Australia for 1 year. That was 2006. 2007, went back to Korea. 2008 to 2010, so 3 years in Jakarta, Indonesia. 2011 to 2013, 2 years in Singapore. 2013 to 2015, Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And then I spent the last, from 2015 to 2023 in Korea, Busan, Korea again. And then I finally went home. So 2023, I lived in Ottawa, Canada with my uncles and aunts. Now I'm back in Taiwan where I'm supposed to be. My heart is in Taiwan. I would get a Taiwanese passport if it's easy, I'll do it. I love this place.
So, but why Taiwan?
Well, after having been to so many different places, I just had such a great time here, like in the summer of 2023 when I came here for a vacation. I got in touch with my inner Taike, and I have a lot of relatives who are Taike. Taiwan, as you know, everyone always says it's super cheap, friendly, safe, etc. But I think because I have family here, it makes more sense. I'm not alone. I love how carefree the people are, and I think it has to do with having just lived in Korea for 8 years. When you come to Taiwan and you realize how great this place is.
So being in Korea for quite a number of time.
Yeah.
What is one thing that Taiwan and Korean people do differently?
Their openness and welcomeness towards foreigners. Like, for example, there was a soju commercial in Korea where the daughter introduced her father to her foreign boyfriend. So immediately he had to break open the soju and he was like, oh God, my daughter has a foreign boyfriend now. Whereas in Taiwan, if your girlfriend or boyfriend brings you home to meet the parents, it's like, wow, you got a foreign boyfriend. It's so wonderful. They are friendly and nice in Korea too, but they do have this hard poker face exterior where they're like, "Arr."
Take us back through your journey. Let's say the first time you came to Taiwan in 2020. How was it like?
Well, in the year 2000, Taiwan was such a different place than it is now. A little bit more backwards. Like I landed at the Kaohsiung airport, not Taipei or Taoyuan. Well, I had to take the train to Tainan. And I was looking out the window on the train, and it reminded me of what nuclear winter would be like. And it looked like dystopian world. And I was like, God, I've already lived in Asia a while, so I wasn't too culture shocked. But then I got to know Taiwan really well. Since then I'm back. I married a Taiwanese. I was willing to live here for 6 years at that time. I remember my first day so well, though. I had to meet my boss and a very interesting encounter, yes, with a fortune teller.
One or two shocking facts that you've realized in the society here.
Sometimes you can see like people dancing. Sometimes they're wearing clothes. Sometimes they're not wearing clothing. In the back of a truck. So that's a really interesting part of their culture. I love the 8+9 culture, like Bajia Jiu, the little temple gangsters. You know, the whole aspect of Taoism I'm really fascinated with. They don't have them as much anymore, but one shocking aspect of society was the betel nut girls, or Binglan Shisha. But I embraced it. I eat betel nut. I still do today. I quite enjoy it. I eat it. When I do eat betel nut, I put 3 in my mouth, and because one's just not enough. I like to, bust a nut in my mouth. It really messes with your sleep, though. You know, if I'm going to have betel nut because, say, for example, I'm scuba diving, and I like to scuba dive with my Thai Ke family or friends, and there's always betel nut around, so I have to take a sleeping pill just to get a regular night of sleep because it's such a stimulant. And we come driving up, chewing betel nut, drinking Whizbee, or we're saying swear words in Taiwanese. Like if you see like some dive instructor you haven't seen for a while, we'll yell out, "Hey, Li Abe Shia," which means long time no see, but it means wow, you're still. I haven't seen you for so long. Your uncle hasn't died yet. So, like, the second aspect of Taiwanese society that was shocking or very difficult for me to get over, and it still is, and I think I saw it today, is when children pee in the sewer. Like some parents let their children relieve themselves on the street, and so I find that a little disturbing. I still do. I don't accept it.
You're studying things about the society here in Taiwan. What has Taiwan taught you about life in general?
Value your family, because I was alone for so many years, and I missed out on birthdays, Christmas, family barbecues, and I also see, and on the flip side, I see how close Taiwanese families are. Like children are still living with their parents and their grandparents. They don't have that concept of necessarily moving out. So I love how close families are here in Asia. Their easygoingness, they're just so happy and go lucky compared to a lot of other places I've lived.
If you are to introduce any Canadian culture to Taiwanese, what Canadian culture would you like to introduce?
I'd love to introduce student-centered learning. I think that the Taiwanese are too dependent on Confucianism and test-based lifestyle, not only in school, but to get a job, for example. Just the other day, I saw my students taking their second day of exams from 8 to 4, that's all they did. And it was the second time this semester already. Whereas like in Canada, we have a very stressful week at the end of June, which we dread. But I'm not saying Canadian education system is great. Not at all. I taught there 1 year, last year in 2023. There's a lot of problems with it. But at least we're not a test-driven society. That brings a lot of stress on people. And then parents think that they have to put their children in a cram school or bushiban until midnight or whatever, and it's detrimental to their growth as a person.
What advice would you give to anyone who wishes to come to Taiwan?
Bring a lot of clothing that will not show you're sweating, for example, like clothing from a sports shop or something, because with the humidity, it sometimes goes up to 45 or 50 degrees, especially here in the south, where I'm from Pindong. And so clothing is really important.
Do you have anything else to tell Taiwanese people?
Taiwanese people, be proud of your country. You're not China, you're not the Republic of China, you're definitely not Chinese Taipei. I find like that's a really insulting word. Be proud of where you're from. Well, it's a word that the international community forces on Taiwan for example, in a sporting event, because you're not allowed to say you're from Taiwan, to appease China. You know, even the mayor of New Taipei City said congratulations to Chinese Taipei when the Taiwanese baseball team won the world championship. And that I find that offended me. So just be proud of your country. And I say country. It's, you know, you have your own money, your own laws, your own passport, your own president.
All right, all his links will be in the description below. You can go check him out. And thank you very much for sharing your wisdom, and hope you continue to enjoy your stay here in Taiwan.
Yeah, thank you. It was very nice to meet you, Lamin.
Yes.
And
thank you very much for watching. And if you like the video, please don't forget to click that subscription button and like the video, and help us share if you can. And see you in our next video.